This is my newly redesigned Model S, and I've owned it for over 3 months now and have driven over 6,000 miles, close to 6,000 miles onto it already. And so in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and share with you my handful of tips and tricks, some hidden features and things that every Model S, including Model X owner, should at least be aware of. So I'm going to go ahead and cover my personal preferences in terms of the best settings that I think you should also enable for your Model S/X, and talk about the many different shortcuts and stuff that I discovered in the new software updates. Let's go ahead and get started. So you may already be aware that the Model S and the new Model X, the way you shift to drive is simply by using the slider icon. Move forward to drive, back for reverse, and apply your foot on a brake to enter park, or just unbuckle your seatbelt and it'll automatically put the vehicle in park. If you like to override this, whatever said reason, your fingertips are too cold or something, the screen is broken or not responsive, the backup is simply where the hazard row is right here. Just press and hold this corner right here and this will actually enable park, and then it will illuminate the other button so you can override the shifts. And you may also do this while you reset the computer. So say for example you're driving and the vehicle is acting weird, funky or whatever, the infotainment system just isn't responding. By holding down on both the scroll wheels for a couple of seconds, this will actually boot the system, reboot it, and the Tesla logo will illuminate. You could still it's safe to do this while the vehicle is operating. So while you're driving through the freeway or city, you could easily do this. Just you lose your speedometer, but everything else, all the important things to operate the vehicle, is still right there and available. Then it also has the automatic shift out of park beta. If you like to go ahead and enable this, it actually works surprisingly really well. Just go into the settings, go into pedal and steering, and right here enable this. Now whenever you put your foot on a brake using the cameras of the Tesla, it's going to determine which direction you want to head. So if there's a wall in front of you, it's obviously going to go reverse, and vice versa. It actually works surprisingly well. Now this screen actually has a lot of gesture controls, and this is what they are. Everything from switching the media player like you just saw from the driver's side and passenger, and minimize it if you wish, up and down and all that good stuff. But if you slide from the center out here, this gives you quick access to your important bits like your control center. The controls is just your quick important layouts. The most important one that I personally prefer is using the most is the suspension height. Whenever I'm pulling up on a parking spot with a blocky curve, I quickly just swing this out and tap on raise suspension to prevent my front lower bumper from hitting anything. So that's a little quick bit tip right here. Another gesture control, as you just saw, I could close it just like so. It's much more efficient doing this compared to popping up the control center by tapping on a very small car icon right here. Another important gesture control is the temperature climate. Whenever you tap on it like so, I could adjust the temperature just by simply raising the little slide bar just like this. Same can be done on the passenger side, so you have a visibility, a better understanding how I could do this. And if you want to turn it off all entirely, you could just press and hold, and it's grayed out. And the climate control is completely turned off, and you could turn it back on by simply tapping on it or doing that, which is like the old-fashioned way. Then in the navigation icon, if you slide down, this will quickly actually set navigation to home, and if you slide to the other side, it will also do it to work. If you're at the work location, it will automatically default to home. Home will default to work. And then when using navigation, you can actually tap the top portion right here. This will actually quickly take you to overview, so you have an idea how far you are throughout the progress. You tap again to go back to the regular simple view. And then whenever the voice navigation starts talking, if you catch it on time, you can actually use the scroll wheel to lower the volume this way as well, instead of going into the settings. Now something quickly worth talking about is this toolbar right here. It's fully customizable. You can simply hold it on any icon. You have the ability to remove like so, and click and drag how many things you want down here that you primarily find yourself using the most. So this is fully customizable. While backing up, you can actually slide up to unveil the left and the right side cameras. And if you don't like it, you can hide it entirely. Now in terms of the Tesla apps, this is how I personally prefer having a preference. But before we get started, you can actually hit the plus icon if your app supports widgets, because you can actually find the Tesla widget right here, which you could click and drag. And it actually gives you a lot of information of your vehicle. Not only does it show you that Sentry mode is enabled, but also show you the range, and at times it'll tell you the location where your vehicle is parked. So by launching the Tesla app, Here are some settings I recommend adjusting. Yeah, I'm charging right now. Something that's disabled by default, at least for me it was, is the notifications. If you actually tap on your profile and you scroll down to settings, in the notification tab, I recommend enabling the notifications you wish to actually receive, because by default all of these were disabled, including Sentry mode, which will actually send you a push notification whenever your vehicle alarm is triggered. And then once you have that all set, if your alarm is triggered, it's good to know that you can actually go into security and you can actually tap Sentry mode and you can view all the 4 cameras right here on your device. Now right now we are supercharging, but it will look like this on a normal day, so this is the reason why it's not letting us do it. And if you don't see this on your device, don't panic, it's disabled by default. And to enable this, you have to be in your vehicle, go into the safety tab, scroll down to where you see enabled live feed right here. Just toggle this on. It's disabled by default because it uses up your cell phone data. And this also has a voice changer as well, so you can spook people away if you notice they're getting suspiciously or making contact to your vehicle. You can scare them away this way. Now, rear seats, it's awesome that your passengers can actually have access to your media control. They could play Netflix, YouTube, whatever streaming devices you have paired and connected to your account back here, but sometimes it can get annoying, especially if you have little ones who love to troll and play, pause and play, adjust the audio and all that good stuff. You can lock this by simply launching the vehicle settings, tap on display. Here is where you'll go to lock the rear entertainment system from them having the ability to adjust your media. And if you like to control their air vents and stuff like that, you could easily do so here as well by launching the AC side right here. Just go on the rear passengers, and this is where you actually toggle it, and also toggle their heated seats and such. You just can't move the vents, unfortunately. They have to do it on their end, so you have to unlock it and let them adjust. And if you're unsure, you have other different modes here as well. You have access to in this menu for the AC, dog mode, camp mode, and you can see them all right here. Outside the vehicle, there's a couple of hidden features here as well. Starting off with the trunk. If your garage doesn't have enough clearance, you can actually catch the trunk, grab it, and lower it down to the appropriate height to fit in the garage. Press and hold the back button back here. You'll hear a beep and it will actually save it. So next time when you open up the trunk, the cargo hatch, it will actually pause and stop at that adjusted height. Then still in the cargo hatchback, over here there's actually a hole with a string that you pull as an emergency latch. Then both driver and passenger doors actually have manual overrides to open up the door in case of an emergency if the battery is dead. You just pull these little latches, they're little levers, and they will just pop open the door. Now, a hidden feature I personally like enabling, since I don't carry the key fob or I prefer not to use the Tesla cards, is the auto walk away feature. When you walk away from the vehicle, as soon as your vehicle detects your phone walking away, it will automatically self-lock and it will actually beep. If you like to enable this, personal preference of mine, you can simply do so by going into the vehicle settings, go into locks, and scroll down to where you see walk away door lock. When this is enabled, it's your personal preference. You want to exclude your home address or not, but when this is enabled, it will automatically lock the vehicle. And if you enable the fold mirror, it'll also do that. I also recommend personally to toggle the horn, so you could at least hear that it locked in case you forget your phone inside, as well as close all windows when locked in case you forget. A recommendation is enable the notifications down here for sending a push notification if your window or door is left open on accident. Now, in terms of funny Easter eggs, you can find a majority of them in the arcade section, but whenever you're charging your car from the exterior point of view, there is also this Easter egg where when you tap the power button, this button right here on the Tesla charger, 10 times rapidly, it'll actually do a full RGB color. In addition to that, in the EQ settings, in the sub, if you max it out, it'll say random things like this. That's just a little Easter egg exclusively for the Model S and the X. And then other interesting facts is, unfortunately, there is no spare tire located in the Model S. But Amazon does sell a special tire kit for any Tesla owner who wants to actually have a spare in case of a worst case scenario. Amazon does sell them, and they're reasonably priced, $500 normally. Yes, it does fit the Model S, X, and they also make them for the 3 and the Y. I'll include links in the description for those that are actually planning on also picking up a spare tire. And there you guys have it. Those are the tips and tricks, some hidden features, and some cool Easter eggs that I've discovered, as well as share with you my personal preference in terms of what setting to adjust and such, so you can implement that to your vehicle as well. If you got some useful information out of this video, greatly appreciate it if you actually leave this video a like, as those help me out a lot, and get subscribed, especially if you enjoy a lot of tech videos just like this. Make sure to stick around, so I'm going to go ahead and review my 3-month plus experience while owning my Tesla Model S 400-mile range. But if you'd like to see my previous video I made with Model S, you can go ahead and check it out right over there. And then the video next to that one, that's just a video that YouTube's recommending specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.